We were in Kent, Connecticut. And after we would shoot the scenes, we'd have to walk back along this really long path with big, tall pine trees on both sides of the path. And, you know, Jason just was stabbing people and killing people. So we're aware that we're making a movie. We know who Jason is, the actor. And, you know, we shouldn't be worried. But when we would walk back on that trail, the crew would hide out in the trees and go, kill. And scare the shit out of us. So that was very funny, always going back afterward. But it was a great experience. It was a long, long time ago. And I'm always amazed how much these films hang around. I mean, they really are part of the culture.
Cult following.
Yeah.
Anyone got any questions for him at all?
Not all at once.
So, okay, here's it. When you're hanging up, so how long does that take when they're like...
Well, they had to first... First they put a prosthetic here. And my friend John Caglione, who actually did this film, he put that on. They took a mold, they put a prosthetic here with tubing that went down here. And then when I was upside down, they had a guy in a tree with like just a pump machine to pump the blood out. And we pre-cut that slit. So my head was like this, but I just couldn't move it all the way back. And they just slightly cut it. And when they took the machete, I don't know, it's in a lot of blogs and things. If you notice, well, it's too quick to notice. But they used they used the dull side of it. And I don't know if it was a mistake or they said, well, we want to be careful because we're really going to go and push it against his neck. We don't want to slit his throat. After all, it's a snuff film. So I was probably hanging in that tree a couple of hours, but they had a couple of people that kept lifting me, you know, riding me so all the blood wouldn't rush to my head. Oh, man. And we only did one take, and what they do cut out of the movie is they kept pumping and shooting it, and the blood was running, and it was just going into my eyes. And after a while, you know, I had to start doing that because it was hurting, but they cut that out of the movie, I guess. Yeah.
The censors, you know, they
they do something for the money.
An unedited version out there somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
And now you run an agency now. Right?
I do. I'm an agent. No longer. Sometimes I do commercials, but I just. What was that?
From Jaws 2.
Was that doubt? I run an agent. I represent many of the Steadicam operators in town and around the country, and I love what I do. It's terrific.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's great.
You're your own business. All right.
I do.
You all look up to Russell. Touch with any of the cast anymore?
Amy Steele, who starred in that one, and John Fury. I occasionally see them. It's been a number of years, but I used to do those signings. They'd have art conventions, and I would do those. And I'm going to one, I think it's in June. It's either in Maryland or Connecticut, possibly, where I'm going to see Kristen. Is it Kristen or Kirsten? The naked girl there who I was playing. And she'll be there, and a few of the other cast members. But it's the only real time we get to see each other, and it's always fun.
Yeah, those conventions are a blast. I love it.
They really are.
Yeah. I think Amy Steele just moved to Portland or something.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she just moved to Portland.
Yeah.
Nice. See a question.
What was your audition like for that?
Yeah.
Wow. I actually saw that in backstage. You know, do you work backstage? Do you? Oh, wow. It actually works. And I saw that audition.
Back when backstage had relevant information.
Yeah.
Updated information. I'm kidding. Go on, Russell.
So I read that and I went to the audition, and I auditioned for it, and it was just a reading from the script, and it was very, very brief. And I went home, and the next day there was no callback really. They just said we want to book him. So they called me actually because I didn't have an agent at that point. So it was pretty lucky.
You didn't know a movie.
Well, I did. One before that was tiny, like 1 minute in a film. I think it was Tom Hanks' first movie called He Knows You're Alone. And I died the exact same way, upside down. So that's probably why they cast me in Friday the 13th Part 2, because they knew I did that okay. And then Where the Boys Are was a beach movie, not a horror film, a remake of a 1961 movie, and a soap opera most of the time. Another World. Did anyone watch Another World? I'm sorry.
This doesn't even work.
Oh, it does now. Okay, cool. Well, Russell, since you came out, we thank you very much for that. We brought you a special award. A Cinematic Achievement Award to Russell Todd for his work at Friday the 13th, Part 2. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. All right. Oh, my God! Watch out, Russell! It's Jason from Part 2. Oh, brought the banana for him. You don't remember, Jason in part 2 had a sack on his head. He didn't get the famous hockey mask yet, so apparently he's using a Ralph's bag now, so it's going great. All right, well, thank you very much, Russell. Thanks for coming. That's awesome that you came tonight. You guys ready to get this comedy show started? All right, let's bring up your host, the one and only